of feeling good. I think people often don't realize the importance of their emotions. And not only can emotions affect you in a negative way, or your feelings can affect you in a negative way, but they can also affect you in a positive way and be powerful motivators, can be powerful inspirations, and can be powerful activators in fulfilling your vision or achieving your goals. If you are intentional about making yourself feel good. So I want to talk about how you just really discovery of how your emotions will shape your daily experiences and unlock your potential for success, which that's very important. I mean, I'm sure you want your success potential to be unlocked, right? Yeah.
Correct.
So if you want to be successful, you got to unlock that potential because who wants things just to be potential? You want that stuff to be activated. And I think your emotions and your feelings can go a long way in helping you activate that potential. So here's a question. How do you feel right now? Um, Feeling good is an important part of just being able to get things done every day. What we accomplish every day is based on our feelings about the things we are experiencing. Let me say that again. What we accomplish daily is based on our feelings about our experiences. So if you're driving to work, and you have a bad experience where somebody cut you off and somebody slams on their brake at a yellow light and you trying to get to work, that is an experience. And that experience, you get to decide what you feel about it, whether it makes you feel bad or whether it makes you feel good. So if you have that experience and it makes you feel bad, that can shape your whole day. Am I right or wrong? I'm right. So So even just getting up and your alarm was late and you lose your keys, your traffic, that can shift your whole entire attitude just from those events. I remember when there was a time when I was really just struggling, going through in life, it felt like every day was horrible because of my attitude. I had an attitude that lacked gratitude because I just did not feel good. I just didn't feel good and I couldn't control how I felt, at least so I thought. But as time went on, I realized I could control how I felt. So very easily an event like losing your keys and waking up late and then causing you to have to rush to work. And then by the time you get to work, you're not feeling good anymore because things didn't go the way you wanted them to. So now all of a sudden you feel bad and the rest of your day feels bad. And now you start saying things like, dang, this ruined my whole day. Well, what do you think that means? You start saying things like that because of one experience, like somebody cutting you off in traffic, or your alarm waking up, not going off, or you can't find any of your keys. To take one experience like that and tell yourself, now the rest of my day is ruined, is not a wise thing to do or to say. Would you agree?
Agreed.
Okay. So you don't even want that negative experience or that experience to actually have you to take one day or one moment, now having you say, now the rest of my week is going to be bad, or the rest of the month or the rest of the year. We have to avoid saying like things like that because what we say creates our world. So we have to be conscious. So if you were to actually think about your own life, what triggers your bad days? I would literally just think about that. What triggers your bad days?
The
And
only thing
even
that
go
really
ahead.
gets my bad days is missing my daughter because everything else, like you said, I have a explanation for. So
Mm,
I lose my keys and I say, okay, maybe he has me, the Heavenly Father has me missing a car accident. Or
hmm
maybe there may have been a shooting and I'm saying, so I look at things in a different light.
That's very powerful. You said something. You said everything else you have an explanation for. Wow. So I have a philosophy that when you have an unanswered question, it stops or it disrupts the flow of your life. Unanswered questions disrupt the flow of your life. Would you agree?
Mm,
So if you ask a question or you have a question and it doesn't get answered, that question will literally stop you in your tracks because you don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It'll stop your flow. And no matter how you try to go around it, that question keeps coming up, right?
yeah, used to, but doesn't bother me anymore
Right.
because I've
So,
learned
oh, go
how
ahead.
to link to my own understanding.
Hmm.
So it doesn't bother me like it used to.
Right.
I just,
And and I didn't specifically like, mean the question like you didn't understand with your daughter, but I'm meaning more so in general, right? If you have a question and uh you that question because the question is so important, you can like it can stop your flow. Now, if you no longer have that question, then of course your flow is no longer disrupted, right?
yeah, see, I'm a person of understanding. I have to have understanding of things, but I've learned in this process that I'm going through, everything doesn't need closure or understanding.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You are 100% correct. And so that not needing to get an understanding kind of implies or relates to no longer asking the question, right? Because if you don't ask the question, that means it's not necessary for you to gain an understanding. See, questions come from not having an understanding. So if you don't ask the question, you just continue to flow and allow, the current or your current, your direction to just continue because you don't have a question.
Correct.
Yep, you don't have a question anymore. So even kind of like, you sitting in the classroom, teacher be like, any questions? And nobody asks nothing, knowing they all got a bunch of questions, or maybe they just don't care. Either way, there's no questions in the classroom. Same
Right.
principle in life. So, um, in your recent, just consider, you don't have to answer, but what have you encountered in the last 30 days that caused you to take on a negative perspective about your life? Even if it was just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or just for a day and then you got over it. Just think about whatever recent challenge you may have had in the last 30 days that did cause you to take on a negative perspective and then look at it. How did you overcome it? How did you get past that, negative perspective? So I know you're a woman of faith, so I'm sure you prayed, but it's definitely something to be aware of when it comes to saying or even feeling like, oh, this was a bad day. Like that's one of the things I stopped doing is at the end of the day, no matter what happens, I will never end the day with, wow, this was a bad day. That can create a pattern of bad days and a pattern of not feeling good. Really just think about what normally makes you feel like you had a bad day at the end of each day. So maybe there's certain things that if they don't happen, then you might conclude that it was a bad day. Think about that. There might be some things that you want to happen daily, and when they don't happen, you just are feeling defeated. You feeling like, oh my God, it was just the worst day.
I haven't really had that. I'm in a season of gratefully humble.
Mm, I like that.
Um, also can't bless you with bigger things if you can't be acceptable and accept little things that he's already given you. Um, so I wouldn't say a bad day, but I was had bad moments where I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, well, I have this amount of clients and I don't have the funding to help them. Am I doing the right thing? Should I still be on this path? Okay, you know what? I'm going to quit. I'm not doing this no more. I've
Mm,
had those moments.
right.
And as soon as I say that, I'll get a phone call from a client and it makes them go back to work, or I'll get someone wanting to partner with me, and I'll be like, okay, this is what you need me to do. I'll do it. That might be my only moment of bad moments. However, because I'm so humbly grateful of everything that I've been through, um, I can't really say I had a bad day.
I love that. And that's such a, I love how you put that humbly grateful. It's so just being in a space where you're just grateful. So even if something doesn't go right, you're still grateful, which man, everybody can't say that, which is that's so good, you know? Um,
And go right. I just look at it as that door wasn't meant for me because greater is waiting.
mm, there it is. Boom. All right, you better preach. Hmm. So in this next thing, let's really focus now on intentionally making yourself feel good. So what makes you feel good? So often, it starts with the beginning of the day. And some suggestions are, if your time to wake up is 7 a.m. or 5 a.m. or whatever it is, wake up early, 15 minutes early, 20 minutes early, whatever, and enjoy something that makes you feel good, which could be a shower, which could be just sitting quietly drinking coffee. Those are small pleasures that are easily maintained every day that makes you feel good. It's that energy of feeling good that unlocks your potential for success. It's easy to get so caught up in the busy things of the day-to-day life that you don't intentionally, or you'll leave those things out. Like, I know I talk to people and they're like, oh man, I used to do this and this all the time and I used to love it. And then all of a sudden they're like, I stopped doing it. We have to make sure that feeling good is a requirement in our life. We can't be so caught up in serving others and doing for others and being busy that we don't intentionally feel good. Thoughts? Okay. Um, So the other thing is, you want to try to create an environment where you can really breeze through moments in your day, where you wake up on time, you do all the things that you need to do in the morning. So, and if you have a morning commute, um, you get through where there's no traffic, you got your keys in your hand, you're ready to conquer the day, you've done everything, and you're feeling good. And just that feeling alone makes you feel invincible. So even starting out the day and winning the day where you did some things that feel good, it may make your an event that may not go your way, just because you started the day so good, that event no longer has the effect it may have had. Like you said, maybe you have a client that reaches out and you don't have any funding. Well, because you started your day feeling good and being intentional about making yourself feel good, that had less of effect on you than it normally would, because you started out the day making yourself feel good in whatever way that you do. The other thing about that, and not only does feeling good do good for you, when you come into a space like with your clients, if you are already feeling good, those situations that they're going through, you have that positive energy, you have that positive outlook on life, you're feeling successful, you're bringing that to the table. So when they call and can't seem to get what they need and can't seem to lock in, your energy goes a long way. So missing the funding, missing the resources, missing all of that, realize that you are a resource within itself. I'm going to say that again. Miss Brooks, you are a resource within itself. Your energy, Your bright light, your purpose, your vision is a resource. Does that make sense?
Mhm. See, I've always, um, even with teaching my kids, taught them that when you wake up, you never start your day off bad. I haven't been one to, I try not to holler at my kids, even if they're running late, if they're doing different stuff like that. Let me start your day off good. And no matter what, the day is going to go how it goes. But that has been something that I lived by since I was like 16 years old. Just
Wow.
being, um, so the start of my day, the morning, the AM time is the best day of best time of the day for me.
Hmm.
I'll get up, I'll sing to you, bubbly. That's my kids woke up to me singing um wake up songs because I feel like that's how you should be sent off in the AM. Now anything after maybe 12 p.m. I can't promise you, but I always believe you should start your day off good.
That's so good. Uh, I'm always talking to you when you're eating. That's so funny.
You said what?
I said, are you eating?
You said am I eating? I'm eating.
Yeah, I sound like you eating.
I'm feeding my face.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing because it's like you stay eating. What you eating now? Pizza again?
I got some French fries and a burger.
You funny. So as I was saying, making others feel good is a powerful value add. So when you show up into your workplace or show up with your clients, when you make others feel good, you position yourself as someone who brings value. So I know you're already doing it, so keep it up. It makes a difference. Soft skills, really just, a lot of times I'll talk with some of my clients and they feel like they don't have anything to offer or their business hasn't jumped off, so many different things like that. But I have to constantly tell them, you are the resource. So even if you are not at a place where you can provide as much as you want to provide, you can't open up your physical brick and mortar or all those different things. If you hone your ability to uplift others, that's like 90% of it. It's a skill that, people that makes you a premier brand when not only do you provide physical resources, but you provide emotional resource and emotional intelligence and just powerful, good energy. People pay lots of money for that.
Hmm.
So your path forward, just a couple steps, find out what makes you feel good, practice it daily, and make it a part of your whole life's goal and focus and vision is to bring good and positive energy and to feel good every day. So I do have vision activation experiences, which is a way where if a person is struggling or if you are struggling or you go through those moments where you're up and down, I do have the vision activation experience where it's a monthly session where you build and grow your business through purposeful alignment with your vision, bringing you excitement, joy, and continue potential being unlocked in your life through your vision statement. So that is a sign up right here.